Hello everyone, this video is meant for the breastfeeding mothers or for intending breastfeeding mothers. I want to share with you the 7 common mistakes breastfeeding mothers usually do that makes them land to the hospital with their kids, make their child always falling sick. And sometimes when they come to see us in the hospital, they keep wondering, what am I doing wrong that is making my child to always either coughing, running temperature, stooling, vomiting, and stuff like that. So please, I want you to pay good attention and also remember to share this video so that I can get to others. Okay. Now, the first mistake, which seems to be the most common one, is lying down to breastfeed. See, a lot of mothers are actually having this same problem. Now, I can understand why this happens more, especially at night when they are probably tired because they can't keep getting up in the night to breastfeed. All right, so they just have to put the breast on the child's mouth and then sleep while the child is sucking. Now, the truth is that this is actually very wrong. Okay, when you keep doing this, now most children, when they lie down and they are sucking your breast, there is a very high chances that they are going to that breast will enter their respiratory tracts, all right, and then cause what we call aspiration. And once a child starts aspirating, the only way that aspiration simply means that the breast milk has wrongly entered the respiratory tract, and that child start coughing. And the only way the body can remove that is by causing your child to cough and by causing what we call temperature, and then you see the child becoming sick. And this will always land you to the hospital. So please don't always lie down to breastfeed your child. When you do this, you're actually causing more trouble for your child. All right. Now, now this is the best positions if you're actually breastfeeding. Let me show you. This is the first best position. Have you seen that? Okay. Now this is second best position. Now look at this position. What is very important in this position is, can you see that this woman is actually sitting very relaxed? Okay, this woman can actually sit comfortably and breastfeed without having issues. Okay. Now the second thing is, after breastfeeding, number two is allow your baby to belch before putting the baby down after breastfeeding. Now, I've seen a lot of mothers, they're always in a haste to breastfeed. And even after they are done breastfeeding, the next moment is they drop the child. Okay, the child. Now, this child, the food you have, the breast milk has actually not gone down. And once you did not allow this child to belch by putting this child, okay, at your side, like I'm showing you here, you can see how this couple is actually putting the child um, at her shoulder and is gently tapping. Just watch the hand. Can you see that this woman is actually tapping the back of the child? Okay. Now, if you're not comfortable with this is another method. Are you seeing this one? So this one, the child is actually sitting and then a hand is actually being tapped at the back. So this is two best ways you can actually make a child to relax and then let the food goes down and the child will belch. You can see this child is already belching. You see the mouth wide open. So if you do this, this child will hardly regurgitate this food. And once this food is not regurgitated, this child is not likely to start having cough, to start vomiting and stuff like that. And remember, when child keep regurgitating or when child keep vomiting the food because the food did not go down, this child will not likely going to gain weight. I've seen a lot of mothers coming to the clinic to say, doctor, my child hardly gain weight. Okay, it could just be because of the way you practice your breastfeeding. So please do the right thing. The third thing is, please always lie the child on the side. Okay, now I'm not saying that you should not lie your child either with back or front, but immediately after breastfeeding and the child has belched, don't lie the child either with the back or with the front, because this will also increase the chances of this child either aspirating or regurgitating the food. Now, the fourth thing you need to do is, do not allow your breast to actually close the nostrils of the child. I've seen a lot of mothers in the clinic when they are breastfeeding. You see them using their breast to choke the child. The whole breast is covering the child's nose, and this child is struggling. And at that time, this child can actually aspirate that breast milk, And anything that makes the breast milk to enter the respiratory system, see, forget about it. You are going through an episode of cough, temperature, sneezing, and all sort of them. So please try to avoid these things. Okay, so make sure that you sit comfortably, and then make sure that your breast is not covering the mouth of the child, so that the child can actually suck very well. And anytime your breast covers the mouth of the child, this child will struggle to breast. Sometimes this may just be the reason why some children, after they have sucked for a while, they stop sucking because they are tired struggling to suck. Okay, so the fifth thing is not throw your child up, especially immediately after breastfeeding. This can predispose the child to that same syndrome. Okay, now the sixth thing, that do not be a 2 minute woman. All right, now, because I know, yes, we can be very busy, but I've seen a lot of mothers, okay, once they start breastfeeding, maximum 2 to 3 minutes, they are done. Okay, they keep the child down and then continue their business. See, breast milk is actually a work, and you really have to dedicate yourself to doing it. See, let me tell you one thing a lot of mothers don't know. When you start breastfeeding your child, for the first 5 minutes, that that child started sucking, okay, that child is actually sucking majorly water. So, and after 5 minutes, that's when milk starts coming. So is that time that the child starts sucking milk. That is the time you want to stop the child from sucking. So always feed your child at least minimum of 20 to 30 minutes. That is the recommended time of feeding. That is when you now want to remove the child's mouth from your breast. And then that is why some children don't gain weight. They will keep feeding it as if they are feeding, but they are not sucking milk. They are just sucking water. And that's why after you have finished feeding them, the next moment they have started crying again. It's as if you haven't given them food because they have just ended up sucking water. So please dedicate your time in ensuring that you feed very long, especially when that child is very much interested to suck that long. Okay. Now the last thing I want to do is do exclusive breastfeeding. A lot of mothers have decided to say, no, I don't want the stress of this exclusive breastfeeding, have testified greatly that they hardly visit the hospital. Take that food, feed the child with a high concentrated formula, or you can feed the child with a diluted formula, which are all wrong. And these are one of the reasons why a lot of mothers keep bringing their children to the hospital, because either their child has consumed concentrated formula, okay, or the other way. So please, if you can do these things I've mentioned, you will just realize that majority of the problem have been sorted out. Thank you so much. Remember to share this video so that more people can actually get enlightened. Thank you, and God bless you. Bye.